Hey everyone, and welcome to This Explainer. I am absolutely thrilled to jump in and guide you through today's breakdown. We are unpacking episode 4 of our story today, specifically focusing on the family blessing and the heirloom bangle. And you know, what makes this particular segment so incredibly fascinating isn't just the dialogue or the setting, it's really about how the visual character design intentionally and powerfully drives the script's entire emotional narrative. It's like a giant puzzle coming together. We're going to look closely at the source material to see exactly how a character's drawn expressions and their listed personality traits literally come to life in their actions. It is so cool. Right off the bat, listen to this line. So, you are the girl my son says he cannot live without. That is our hook, spoken by Syed's father, and it instantly sets the stakes through the roof. We are entering the ultimate relationship test, right? Meeting the family. It's a high-pressure situation for anyone. And this one line beautifully captures all of that anticipation, the heavy cultural weight, and yet the warmth of the moment, all at once. To really understand how our main characters navigate this massive milestone, we need to transition into a little bit of character analysis.
Section 1. Meet Sana and Syed. Okay, let's dive into this because to truly understand the script's massive emotional payoff at the end, we first have to figure out exactly who is walking through those doors.
Let's start with Sana, or Sana Abbasi. She's a 23-year-old writer, but I want you to pay close attention to her personality notes from her visual sheet. She is explicitly designed as empathetic and observant. She's the kind of person who keeps her journal super close, always looking for unique stories. Her expressions, whether she's smiling warmly or kind of gazing off-page with these creative sparks, they radiate this quiet, thoughtful energy. Keep that word observant in the back of your mind because it is absolutely crucial to how she handles the pressure of meeting Syed's parents. Next up, we have Syed, also 23 years old with a lean build. Now, unlike Sana's more internal, thoughtful vibe, Syed totally wears his heart on his sleeve. If you look at the specific expressions mapped out on his reference sheet, we've got everything from confident and surprised all the way to highly specific things like playful winking and annoyed. His design leans heavily into dynamic, almost exaggerated emotions. He's expressive, he's confident, and as we'll see in a minute, he brings a very specific type of kinetic energy into his family home. So here is a quick roadmap of how these two very distinct characters are going to navigate this emotional journey. We kick things off with Act 1, facing the clan, then we move into Act 2, building bonds, and we finally hit the emotional climax in Act 3, the gold bangle. Act 1, cultural convergence. So picture this. The couple steps into Syed's grand 3-story modern Indian residence in Bangalore. And the atmosphere? It is heavy. Sana is understandably incredibly nervous. Her fingers are literally trembling as they approach the front door. Syed, being the supportive partner he is, squeezes her hand and tells her, "Don't worry, babe, I'm right here with you." The tension is just palpable as they walk into the spacious living room. Syed's parents are waiting gracefully on the sofa, and the room falls completely drop-a-pin quiet. But this intimidating silence is broken by a very specific cultural concept, manopo. Now, if you aren't familiar, manopo is a Filipino gesture of respect where someone takes an elder's hand and gently touches it to their own forehead to receive a blessing. Bringing this deeply traditional Filipino gesture into a modern Indian home in Bangalore is a brilliant visual and narrative choice. It instantly illustrates the blending of their two worlds. Sana takes a deep breath, steps forward, carefully takes Syed's father's hand, touches it to her forehead, and says, "Mano po." She then repeats the exact same gesture for his mother. And you know what? The parents are surprised, but they are deeply, deeply moved. Now, remember when we talked about Sana's character sheet a second ago? This specific action directly stems from her empathetic and observant traits. She didn't just walk in and say a generic hello. She observed the immense cultural weight of the room and offered a profound gesture of respect from her own heritage to honor theirs. It's literally character design manifesting perfectly in the script. Act 2. Building family bonds. With the ice completely melted by Sana's super respectful greeting, the script totally shifts gears. We get this upbeat, energetic, comic anime montage that changes the pacing entirely to build warmth and show Sana seamlessly integrating into the household. This breaks down into 2 beautifully distinct steps. Step 1, the cooking class. Sana bonds one-on-one with Syed's mother in the kitchen, learning how to fold samosas and spice biryani. Then, Step 2, late-night gossip. We see Sana in these cute pajamas hanging out with Syed's younger sister in her bedroom, just laughing and swapping embarrassing childhood stories about Syed. What we're seeing here is Sana using that exact same empathetic nature to forge individual, real connections with the women in Syed's family. Now, what's really interesting about this breakdown is seeing exactly how Syed fits into this montage by mapping his written script actions directly back to his visual character sheet expressions. During that cooking class, Sana gets some flour on her nose. The script says Syed sneaks up behind her and wipes it off with a quick kiss on her cheek. That is a perfect one-to-one match for his playful winking and happy expressions. Later on, during the girl talk scene, Syed knocks on the door, begging for just 5 minutes with his girlfriend. His sister just chucks a pillow at him and tells him to go away. Syed pouts, grumbles, and playfully slams the door in what the script literally calls cute anime exasperation. This perfectly mirrors those annoyed or playfully angry faces from his reference sheet. The writers are using his specific design traits to inject this amazing, dynamic comic relief into the bonding process. Act 3. The Heirloom Promise. We've reached the night before Sana's departure. The energy really settles down here. Sana is packing her suitcase, and a single tear falls onto her clothes. Syed's mother quietly enters the room, sits down right beside her, and pulls something out of a velvet box. It's an intricately carved gold bangle, beautifully decorated with these delicate floral and butterfly motifs. Take a second to really visualize that. The inclusion of these highly specific physical details, the soft velvet box, the carved floral and butterfly motifs, it grounds the immense emotional weight of the scene. It makes it real. This isn't just a piece of jewelry. It is a tangible, physical manifestation of the family's long history and their brand new love for Sana. And then she slips it onto Sana's wrist. With teardrops in her eyes, Syed's mother looks at her and says, "This is our family heirloom. It is a reminder that a home and a man are waiting for you in Bangalore. Promise me you will return to us." So the crucial point here is that Sana hugs her tightly, weeping these tears of total gratitude, and promises, "I will come back." This beautiful, raw moment pays off literally everything we've analyzed today. Sana's initial empathy, her observance during that monobowl greeting, and her genuine, warm bonding during the montage, it all culminates in her being fully, unconditionally accepted into the family. She earned this heirloom, and she earned this promise. And that brings us to the end of episode 4, which leaves us with one massive, lingering question, right? Will Sana actually fulfill her promise to return to Bangalore and cement this beautiful cross-cultural journey? The groundwork has been flawlessly laid out through some truly incredible character design and deeply intentional storytelling. But I guess only time will tell how their future unfolds. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for this explainer. Keep your eyes peeled for the next chapter of their story, because if it's anything like this one, it is going to be absolutely unforgettable. See you next time.